If you wake up every single morning feeling heavy, bloated, or uncomfortable, and nothing seems to actually fix it, there's a simple 5-step routine most people overlook, and it can completely change how your mornings feel. We're going to walk through a simple routine that may support digestion, help your gut move naturally, and leave you feeling lighter throughout the day. And before we get into it, just a quick note. This video is for general wellness education only. Always check with your doctor if you have ongoing digestive concerns. Now, stay with us through this entire video because the last step we share is the one most people completely overlook, and it ties everything else together in a way that actually makes the whole plan work. Here is something interesting to consider. Most people who struggle with sluggish digestion are not missing some exotic supplement or complicated protocol. They are missing a few simple, consistent habits that work together as a system. That is the key word, together. Because each individual piece is good, but the combination is where real, lasting results happen. So let us get into it. 5 steps, simple enough to start tomorrow morning. And many people notice improvements in how their gut feels within the first couple of weeks when done consistently. Step 1. Start your morning with warm water. Not cold water, not room temperature water, and not coffee as your very first drink. Warm water, first thing after you wake up. Here is why this matters. Your digestive system has a natural reflex that gets triggered in the early morning when it senses warmth coming in. This reflex sends a signal through your intestines and tells them to start moving. It is one of the most reliable and gentle ways to encourage a natural urge to go, without forcing anything. The timing is important here. This window is strongest within the first 15 to 20 minutes after you wake up. 2 glasses of comfortably warm water, not boiling, and before you eat anything or reach for your phone. If plain warm water feels boring, a small squeeze of fresh lemon can help wake your stomach up a little faster. After drinking it, move around gently. A short walk through your home, a few light stretches. Give your body around 10 minutes to respond. Many people find this one habit alone begins to shift their morning rhythm within just a few days. Step 2. Add prunes to your morning routine. And we mean whole prunes, not prune juice. There is actually a meaningful difference. Whole prunes contain a natural compound that helps draw water back into your colon and hold it within the stool itself. This is especially helpful because one of the biggest reasons stool becomes hard and difficult to pass is that it has lost too much moisture while sitting in the colon too long. Prunes do not just add bulk the way most fiber foods do. They help rehydrate what is already there. Research looking specifically at adults with chronic constipation has found that prunes can be quite effective for this reason. Start with 3 to 4 prunes eaten alongside your warm water in the morning. If you have not had them in a while, begin with just 2. Too many too quickly can cause cramping in some people. Not because anything is wrong, but because the effect can work faster than your system expects. Gentle and consistent is the goal here. This is where most people get it wrong. They try one thing intensely for a few days, do not see instant results, and quit. Your gut responds to consistency, not intensity. Step 3. Support your gut with a warm drink that includes healthy fat. This part is simpler than you think, and it addresses something almost nobody talks about. Fiber and water alone are not always enough. Your intestines need a bit of natural lubrication to help things pass through comfortably. When that surface is dry, which can happen with age or certain dietary patterns, even soft stool can drag and cause discomfort. A small amount of healthy fat in the morning helps support that lubrication and also signals your intestinal muscles to contract. Fennel tea with a small amount of healthy fat stirred in is an excellent morning option. Steep 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds in hot water for about 5 minutes, strain them out, then stir in half a teaspoon of ghee or 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil while the tea is still warm. Olive oil in particular has been studied for its potential to support bowel regularity, especially in older adults. Fennel itself may help relax the intestinal muscles, which can reduce the cramping and discomfort that often comes with constipation. Sip this slowly in the morning or early evening. It is mild enough to drink daily. And if you've tried fiber before and it didn't work, this next part explains exactly why. Step 4. Use fiber correctly and consistently. Most people have already tried adding more fiber, and for many, it helped a little, or sometimes seemed to make things worse. Here is what is usually going wrong. Fiber needs moisture to do its job. It creates bulk that physically activates the nerve signals in your intestinal walls, triggering the contractions that help move things along naturally. But without enough water and lubrication, that bulk can become dense and harder to pass. Fiber is the trigger, but it needs the other conditions in place to be effective. The best sources for gut support include cooked oats, cooked legumes like lentils and chickpeas, and cooked vegetables such as carrots, zucchini, and green beans. These are gentler than raw bran and easier for most guts to process. In the afternoon or evening, 2 to 3 figs, fresh or dried, can be a wonderful addition. If using dried figs, soak them in water for a few hours first and consume both the figs and the soaking water. Figs contain both types of fiber plus natural compounds that may further encourage movement on their own. And this final step is where everything either works or falls apart. Step 5. Take a short walk after dinner and eat earlier. Your gut has its own internal clock. It is most active during the daytime and naturally begins slowing down in the evening hours. When you eat a large meal late at night, you're asking your digestive system to do heavy work during exactly the wrong window. Food moves more slowly, stool sits longer, and by morning everything feels backed up and uncomfortable. Aim to finish your last meal before 7 in the evening when possible. Then take a gentle 15-minute walk afterward. Studies in adults have shown that regular post-meal walking can reduce the time it takes food to move through your system, more reliably in some cases than simply adding more fiber. You do not need to walk fast. Around the block, down the street, or even laps around your home all count equally. Now let us bring this together. Warm water activates your gut's natural morning signal. Prunes rehydrates stool from the inside. Fennel tea with healthy fat supports lubrication and muscle function. Fiber, used correctly with enough moisture, gives your intestinal walls the physical trigger they need. And a short evening walk with an earlier dinner keeps everything aligned with your body's natural rhythm. None of this requires expensive products or complicated routines. It requires consistency, showing up for your gut every single day with the same simple habits. The people who see the biggest difference are the ones who turn this into a simple daily routine, not just something they try once. Even doing 4 out of 5 of these things most mornings is going to move the needle in a meaningful, lasting way. Here is your question for the comments today. Which of these 5 steps are you going to try first? Drop it below because your answer might be exactly the encouragement someone else watching needs right now. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss what we have coming up next, because it is something a lot of people ask about and we think you are really going to find it useful. We will see you there.